Hey, welcome back, beautiful Geminis, and thank you for joining me here. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Hmm, let's go, Gemini. The Divine Matrix. What is going on? Somebody blew up the dream here. They refused the call. This is the dream thief. Having to radically accept something. The feast of plenty, the choices and the consequences of someone's actions. Somebody could have refused the call. They could have it was an opportunity for someone to break free of the matrix, you know what I mean? But they didn't answer the call. It's that simple. The dream thief is here. Refusal of the call. Somebody was called, but they didn't answer. It's like the consequences and the choices of, well, someone abused their position. Someone abused their right use of power. Crown games. It's like somebody abusing their position of power here. They had the opportunity to break free of the matrix, you know what I mean? But now there are consequences to pay for, obviously, the right action. They abuse their position of power. What's going on? Well, by taking risks, too many risks. It's like someone's got inner peace here. They were a pure soul. They were very patient. It's like one finding this inner peace and one not. Let's see what's going on here. Refused to answer the call. Choices and consequences. Now this person's all stressed out. Someone is enlightened. This is about enlightenment. Why am I getting worked up? They could have chose the third party. I don't know. And they're stuck in the matrix, man. They had a chance to break free of the matrix. Do something for enlightenment or do something to I don't know, break free of the status quo. I don't know. It's like they had the chance to break free into some kind of enlightenment, higher state of consciousness, higher state of being, higher state of purpose or reality. And it's like they chose to not answer the call. It's like this is someone who is at peace. This is someone who may have entered this, higher state of consciousness. and someone else refused the call. This is a soul contract, but they refused to answer the call. And now they're angry. Because the person who did enter this state of higher consciousness answered the call, they did not. One did, one did not. This is a soulmate or a twin flame situation. It's almost like they had the opportunity to break free of the matrix and live in some sort of higher state of consciousness with a soul partner or soul contract here. One answered the call, the other did not. And it's the choices and the consequences of them. Maybe they juggled. Maybe they ghosted their person, you know? Chickening out or too afraid to break free of the norms or societal norms or not sure what. They had the chance to break free of this energy. They went for it anyway. They took too many risks. Somebody took too many risks. So this person was invited to stand in like a higher union or a higher contract with the universe for enlightenment, and they chose not to. And now someone is being faced with the consequences of their choices. They want to stay in the dark. And that's their choice. But with every choice comes, we are here, we have all free will to do what we want to do, but knowing that every choice we make has consequences. You know, if you're not living in a higher state of love or being, if you're going around hurting people and breaking hearts and doing people dirty, well, you're going to reap what you sow. So what is going on? Someone being I don't know. Self-serving, perhaps. Yep. Well, that's what I'm saying. They refused the call. Like Spirit called, they refused this call. In fact, they turned around and did the opposite. The right use of power. So somebody abused their position of authority or abused their the right use of power. Somebody using their power to be destructive and somebody using their power to be constructive. This is like fear of the unknown, perhaps. Afraid of making change or afraid of the unknown. The right use of power. Somebody's abusing their position of power here. Hmm. Not sure what this is yet. Somebody using their position of authority or abusing their position of authority. They refuse the call. Hmm. Crown games. Somebody's regretting it. Some kind of karma. Somebody's facing some kind of karma. Someone could have been. This is karma. Someone's actions. Walking away. Leaving someone holding the bag. This is to hurt someone who is quite honestly, who could have been a whoa. Someone's getting hit with bad luck and bad karma here. They refuse the call. It's like this is a position of authority. Someone is abusing their position of power or authority here. Now, I don't know if that is the Feast of Plenty. This could be overindulgence. This could be Somebody could have been given warnings, but they didn't listen. Oh, say they would not answer the call. It's like somebody moved on. Hmm. It's like somebody was warned of the consequences as well. Of lying or this is King of Wands actions. Like it's almost like they were warned. It's almost like this person was warned of what the consequences would be. What the consequences would be. Someone's like bossing someone around, acting like they're superior here. Someone could have got scammed doing spiritual work on you for trying to block your money flow. Trying to turn people against you. Someone plays dirty. And others are starting to notice their lies. Someone could be following you on fake accounts. Trying to block your money flow. Because they are lacking abundance. So beware an attempted setup. They're mad because you're highly protected. They're trying to continually convince people that they are this and that they are that. Yet they've been low-key feeding off your confidence. Oh, jeez. Someone's very envious of this person's skills and talents. It could be spiritual gifts. Could be an old frenemy. This is someone who lives in the matrix, like the 3D thinking, superficial thinking, like don't want to break free of the status quo. They want to live some kind of they were supposed to break through the divine matrix to the divine matrix. But somebody is abusing their position of authority here to keep people on like a 3D earthly plane here, where we're supposed to be ascending to a higher state of consciousness. Somebody refused the call. It's like they want to stay in like the 3D world instead of the 5D world. Well, there are consequences for those things, you know? like instead of striving for like inner peace and striving for being grateful in the energy of being grateful for the things that they've been given, or they turned it into a damn competition. It's like they plain out refuse the call. Like, living in a greedy state of being. Like, this could even be higher than this, than what I'm realizing. And in some cases, it is. What vision I'm getting is, you know how the Galatians and the Atlanteans and the Lemurians had all these special gifts, but they abused that position of power. So now they can only watch. It's like it's almost like they're been forbidden to use those gifts. And it's almost like it's happening again. There could have been someone here that was using their gifts for destruction. Like, this is deep. It's bigger than I thought. I can try and apply it in somebody's life. If you can do so, please do so. There's a destructive force out there, man. But there are consequences of this abuse of power. So if somebody was doing spiritual work on you, there are consequences for the abuse of that power. Like if someone has these gifts and they're using them for ill intent, there will be consequences for it. I'm sorry, but there will be. Just because we have these gifts, and each and every one of us are blessed with gifts. Like there isn't one of us out there, I believe, that doesn't possess gifts. It's just what we do with those gifts. Someone is using their gifts to block someone's money flow, or is using those gifts to do ill will with. There are huge consequences for that. I mean, let's face it. You know, I know exactly what this is. Unfortunately, we don't all have the free speech that we thought we did, but I can tell you it is see, people want to keep you in the matrix. People want to keep you as a society. They want to keep you in the matrix instead of breaking free of the matrix. It's like someone has these power, but they're abusing their position of power to block money flow, and they're using this they could be obsessed with power. Someone could be obsessed with becoming obsessed with power. This is a very dangerous game somebody's playing. Taking too many risks. And it's like, it could actually be an obsession with power. Somebody is like abusing their role or abusing their position of power. Holy jeez, this, I wasn't expecting this, Gemini. See, like, we're trained to behave a certain way, and we're trained all these years to believe certain things and to do certain things, but someone is taking advantage of their position. Now that's either doing spiritual work, you know what I mean, to do ill will with it, or it's organizations. And if someone is doing that, there's going to be consequences for doing that. It's like, it's, you know, the technology that the Lemurians and the Atlanteans and apparently other civilizations had. And was it the Anunnaki who they are the watchers. They are the watchers. And it's like their gifts may be taken from them for the abuse of power. And it is the same holds true to this day. When someone is in a position of authority or someone is in a position of power and they abuse that power to do ill will with those gifts, it will be taken from them. And this is they were warned. There was a warning and they refused the warning. I know where this is going. This could go very big. I could be talking about us as a whole society. Just saying. It's power, the hunger for power and intelligence. You know what I mean? It was that movie, The Crystal Skull or whatever. Sort of like that. someone having those gifts and then using them for ill purposes. That's that power hungry. Someone's power hungry here, big time. Take care.